Hey guys, Josh here from Sponsor Momentum. Wanted to make my very first video for SponsorMomentum.com and all of our readers and event organizers, nonprofit folks out there looking to create more revenue via corporate sponsorships, and local business owners all the way to major corporations, media partnerships. You name it, that's what Sponsor Momentum's all about, creating velocity toward your goals. And today I wanted to talk to you specifically about closing sponsorships, actually focusing on some very core wins or best practices that will help you generate the revenue that you need to make. Not only to meet budget, but to create the proceeds or profit that you need your event to make. So, to get us started, number one, quite possibly the secret weapon to sponsorship development is ask questions. Start with your client in mind during any interaction. Be very slow, actually. This is contrary, I guess, to traditional thinking. But be slow to talk about yourself or your event or organization. You really want to approach your prospect, this sponsorship candidate, with the same way a salesman would approach a prospect or a client or a customer. This person will be purchasing, this organization, this company, this business will be purchasing a property from you at the end of the day that they're going to need to leverage for a particular business strategy inside their company. And ultimately that business strategy serves their goals and their visions, and not necessarily your event goals or event vision or your nonprofit or organization's goals. And so that kind of makes you step back and say, you know what are the priorities of our event? Because if you're not careful, you can really create an event structure or maybe a financial structure inside your event that causes you to be very concrete and immovable when it comes to strategic partnerships and corporate sponsorship recruiting. The more fluid you can be, the more flexible you can be in your financial structure and the way you can modify and shift and change aspects about your event, not the core of your event, but the aspects, the moving pieces of your event, the things that can be monetized on behalf of a corporate sponsor that they also can use towards their goals. If you can be flexible there, that's going to take you a long way. But more than anything, asking questions. Really start out wide with like a funnel, the mouth of a funnel, and interview your sponsor candidate. Get a meeting before the meeting. That might be on the phone, that might be in person, but the first time you interact with a sponsor candidate or a prospect, you do not need to be making pitches. You need to be investigating. You need to be asking questions. You need to make a client-centered approach. Something that is taking you out of the center of the conversation, taking your event, taking your organization out of the center of the conversation, and really asking big questions that may be something like, tell me more about your organization. Tell me how you all are structured. Tell me what your core drivers are in your business. And getting them to really talk through who they are as a business, and then funnel it down a little bit more until you're actually talking, maybe if you can magically find it in you and think about the questions ahead of time, question them into a place where they're talking about their pain. They're talking about the challenges that they face. And a lot of times, from an event sponsorship perspective, or a property sponsorship or organization sponsorship, many times this is going to be a marketing conversation or some kind of branding conversation. But you need to remember that it's 2014. People are sponsoring, or businesses are sponsoring events because they want to change behavior of potential customers or clients. That's the biggie. So you want to go in and you want to be client-centered first, and you want to listen and you want to hear what they have to say. Then you walk away and you're able to tailor your event, your sponsorship packet, if you will, your proposal to fit their needs. And you also may have time, or buy yourself time, to reorganize some things inside your event structure. So that is one best practice. To simplify, approach your sponsor candidates, your prospect list, with them in mind, so that you can walk away and tailor a solution through the mechanics of your event. Then you want to create a sponsorship proposal that rocks. It needs to be clean, it needs to be clear, it needs to be colorful. Image-driven sponsorship packets, they win the day. Again, the sponsor proposal needs to be client-centered, but you also, in the sponsor proposal, you want to obviously tailor those things that will meet their needs, but also add value, go above and beyond what they actually need. And when you add value to people, they add value to you. And so find ways to not only meet their need, but also extend the value or the benefit that they might be expecting in a proposal. You also want to display, or I guess increase their perception of you at any chance you get. Now, what I don't mean is to brag about yourself or make your conversations center around you and your organization or your event structure. What you want to do is provide testimonials or endorsements on a passive level, but also in a fun way in your proposal. Don't be afraid to throw some endorsements in the middle of your proposal while you're telling the story. I like to use slideshows as my proposals. And when you're doing a slideshow, remember, every slide equals one message. Just per slide, one message. And somewhere in the middle of your proposal, throw in an endorsement or two. Maybe it's attached with an image. Maybe it's a historical image from an event you did with that with that particular sponsor endorsement or testimonial. Nonetheless, that brings a level of depth and credibility to your proposal that a new prospect really needs to see. References are a big deal. In sales, they're the number one way you close deals. So you fail in sponsorships by starting with yourself. You win in sponsorships by starting with the end in mind and creating a situation where you can learn from the sponsorship prospect what the why is. Why are they doing what they're doing in the business world? Why are they doing what they're doing in their marketing strategy? Why are they doing what they're doing as a private executive or as a private individual working for this company or they own this company? Get inside the why, and that will help you drive a very potent and clear and effective sponsorship strategy. Now, there's so much about sponsorship that we can't discuss here. I'd love to talk to you more. I'd love to hear from you. Most of all, I'd love for you to check out my blog at sponsormomentum.com. We have some resources there, proposal templates, just various looks at the different sides of sponsorship development. and let's start a conversation. You can also reach me on Twitter at Sponsor Momentum, and Facebook as well. Our fan page is there. So would love to hear from you. Again, I'm Josh, and I'm here to help you with your sponsorship development needs.